It's the 10-year anniversary of Katie Benoit's death, how the University of Idaho community is planning on honoring her life.
And as we kick off this Friday morning, we've got a couple of clouds in the sky. Expect a little sun, but then clouds to build before rain returns to the region.
The fall plant sale at Manitou Park is back this weekend. Nicole Hernandez live all morning long telling you what to expect.
It's a literal full wrist of flowers here. These and so many more plants are for sale this Saturday.
Up with KREM begins now.
Well, good morning and happy Friday, everyone.
Ooh.
We made it to the weekend.
We've made it. Happy Friday.
Absolutely. Thanks so much for joining us on Up with KREM. I'm Channing Curtis.
Glad to have you here with us. I'm Tim Pham. We do want to get right to breaking news, though. Here at the 7 o'clock hour, firefighters responded to reports of a train car on fire at 3rd and Sunset last night.
Now, according to Spokane Fire Chief Brian Schaefer, the fire was upgraded to a hazmat incident.
The fire out this morning and the roads are back open. However, firefighters still treating this as a hazmat situation. Good news, no one was injured. Well, doctors from Providence Health are speaking out about the surge of COVID-19 hospitalizations after local healthcare systems are being pushed to nearly 100% capacity.
Now, Spokane County SRHD reported that 164 people were hospitalized, making it the second highest record of hospitalized patients since the start of the pandemic. Providence's chief medical officer says that Eastern Washington is filling up ICU beds.
We've certainly broke our previous record for hospitalizations, and you're seeing the same thing at Kootenai Medical Center. So our region is really, really tight for beds right now.
In addition to the increase in hospitalizations, many healthcare workers say they are experiencing burnout from seeing so many unvaccinated patients.
Now, across the U.S., COVID-19 is driving up hospital admissions for so many people under 50.
So the CDC says admissions are at the highest level since the start of the pandemic. Breakthrough cases are one reason the White House is recommending booster shots after seeing evidence overseas of worsening breakthrough infections.
Our plan now is to get ahead of that. We don't want to start to see that in this country.
Now, federal health officials plan to distribute COVID booster shots starting as early as next month.
So this morning, we are asking you if you will get a booster shot when they are available. You can vote in our live Twitter poll. Just head on over to Up with Tim on Twitter. You can also text us why or why not at 509-448-2000. You can see right now, 80% of people saying yes, meanwhile 20% saying no.
That's right.
7:03, let's get to meteorologist Jeremy Legoo in the Weather Center. We got a little spooky graphic.
Ooh. Feeling like fall, time for pumpkin spice.
No.
Hey.
All right. You know,
Don't rain on my parade, Jeremy.
one of my 2020 New Year's resolutions was to not yuck other people's yums. And so, hey, yeah.
Hilarious. That's a good one.
I did great in 2020, but as soon as 2021 hit, I was like, gross, get it out of here. I don't want it. Go. No, but seriously, if you love pumpkin spice, by Monday, you're going to be thinking, how do I make it my own? Because it is going to cool down a bit as we head through the next few days. Right now, looking pretty good. Air quality, also pretty good. We're in the 60s, which means it's moderate. It likely dips a little later on today with wind out of the south advecting some smoke toward us. Temps in the 50s this morning. Oh my goodness, it is a great start to the day. We're pretty close to 60 though, so it's warming and it is going to continue to do so. We've got a round of showers heading in. We have flash flood watches in place. That's for burn scar areas. In burn scars, the ground just doesn't accept water. It says, nah, I don't want it. And so what winds up happening is all that water runs down, and that can cause flash flooding, especially in mountainous terrain. Right now, not much on the radar, a couple of clouds, and those clouds will continue to thicken up. I think we wind up with a good chunk of cloud cover by the middle part of the day. Stray showers this afternoon, but the real push of moisture arrives tonight. It continues overnight and eventually starts tapering off with scattered showers during the day on Saturday. All said and done, well, it's going to be a great couple of days if you're asking me. We need the moisture. We need it. And temperatures are on the rise. We'll be up in the mid-70s later on today.
It is time for your morning rush. More news in less time.
The Panhandle Health District has issued a public health advisory for Boyer Slough near Sandpoint after blue-green algae was discovered. Now, the Idaho Department of Environmental Quality found widespread cyanobacteria scum along the shoreline. Now, the algae is in the entire body of water and reaches to where it meets the opening of Pend Oreille Lake. They're advising lake visitors to stay out and to be alert. Newly released court documents show that a woman who died in the Browns Addition apartment fire earlier this week was involved in an argument earlier in that day. The Spokane Police Department is now looking at the building fire as a possible arson. A witness saw the victim, identified as Sherry Vick, arguing with 3 people regarding using a hose attached to the property. One of the people also yelled a profanity at Vick before leaving. Detectives have filed a search warrant to look for possible ignition sources of the fire.
Following Governor Inslee's announcement of a vaccine mandate for higher education employees, it was up in the air if WSU head football coach Nick Rolovich would follow the mandate, but now it sounds like he will.
Are you going to wait until the FDA approves the vaccine to get it, or are you planning on getting it soon?
I'm just going to follow his mandate.
Rolovich previously said he was not getting the vaccine for personal reasons. WSU has not clarified what following the mandate would look like for Rolovich.
7 of the 15 suspects in the death of Sam Martinez will appear in Whitman County District Court this Friday. All 15 suspects are facing criminal charges of furnishing liquor to a minor. Martinez died from alcohol poisoning in 2019 after a fraternity event at WSU. Well, that's your Morning Rush. More news in less time. Let us know what's happening in your neighborhood by using the hashtag #UpWithKREM on social media.
Today marks 10 years since University of Idaho student Katie Benoit was killed by one of her professors.
Now, this weekend, students and staff are planning to gather on campus to remember her. Back in 2011, Katie was gunned down at her home by a former professor that she'd been in a relationship with. In the spring of 2011, their relationship ended, and Katie filed a sexual harassment complaint to U of I, saying that he had pointed a loaded gun at her head on 3 different occasions and that she was afraid for her life. She also made a report to the local police department. In August, he resigned from the university, and weeks later, he killed Katie and took his own life. KREM 2 was at her funeral in Boise, where her brother spoke about his relationship with his sister.
I don't feel like the part of me that Katie has been lost in any way. That connection is grander than anything here on earth.
Katie's family received $375,000 in a settlement in exchange for dropping a $3 million lawsuit against U of I. The family donated the money to the Katie Memorial Fund.
Now, her murder sparked changes on campus, including a new policy prohibiting student-faculty relationships. U of I also has a Katie Benoit Safety Awareness Month in her honor every year.
So students and staff are invited to attend a 10-year anniversary memorial for her on Sunday. That's happening at 12:30. Now, it will be held at her bench located east of the admin building.
Every day the kids go out, their parents are really worrying because as soon as they go out, the parents are like, okay, I don't even know if my kid's gonna come back home or not.
Afghan refugees that now live in Spokane tell us more about their experiences.
Like in Game of Thrones, where they take a giant sword and they melt it down and then cast it. You don't cast swords, you know, it can't be done, but it doesn't matter. It looks cool. People are like, I think I want to pick up a hammer. Yeah. That's what I want. Yeah.
No, this isn't Hollywood. These are real swords, forged in fire. A Coeur d'Alene local won a popular show on the History Channel. Next on Up with KREM, he takes us behind the scenes to show you what it takes to be a bladesmith.